Now, complete high school football coverage. This is 10 Sports First and 10. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Welcome to week 3 of First and 10. They say all good things come in threes, ice cream scoops, highlights, and these photogs. Granted, there were more than 3 out tonight. And if you see any of these wonderful people that make this show go round tonight, that means that you have highlights in this program. Don't forget to head over to WSLS.com. Jasmine and Duncan holding it down. Highlights, recap, reaction, and any scores you may miss. And that brings us to our First and 10 game of the week. These are 2 teams that may be a preview of the Region 3D that is chock full of talent. And this is where I introduce our Thomas Mundy, our football expert, resident former Mule in high school. Thomas, tell me about these 2 teams. I know that it was a good game tonight.
Brooke, this game could not have gotten really any better, and this game had a lot of implications for the playoff picture here at the end of the year. But to start off, some things are a little bigger than sports, and before tonight's matchup, we had an example of a community coming together to support their own with his fight against bone cancer. Folks from on and off the field wore yellow and made donations in support of William Byrd student Cam Thepsamunk. Now jumping into as you can see right here on the screen, you can see the whole crowd kind of sitting here cheering on Cam as they really just wanted to show support for him and get everything for him and get some donations and just show how much they care for him. Now, jumping into the football game, Brooke, do you know where you have to win a football game?
I'm going to say field position. You obviously have to score, right?
No, it's in the trenches, your offense and defensive line. And tonight, that's what Williamsburg's lines did. First quarter, it's the Terriers driving down the field. Quarterback Cannon Lutz rolls out to find Thomas Nichols for the quick touchdown, and the Terriers were up early 7-0. Now we're still in the first. And remember when I said the trenches matter? This stop right here kept Byrd with the momentum. But then that very next play, the Blue Demons commit a safety, and then it's the Terriers back on the attack for another touchdown from Lutz, 15-0, still in the first. Now Christiansburg is back on offense when Jediah English comes up big with a pick in Terrier territory. Byrd keeps the momentum of the game. Now the very next play, it's the big boys making it happen. And as you can see right here, it's running back Jamez Toller as he takes it 70 yards to make it 21-0 Byrd at half.
You know, our kids have played really hard the entire season. The first 3 games, we felt like the effort has been the best part of our season.
We moved the ball well on offense. Defense got stops when we needed to. As a unit, I feel like we could have did better. We got to clean some stuff up on Monday. Personal fouls, penalties and stuff like that holding us back. But overall, man, I'm proud of my guys, man. We did good.
And he got recruited from
on to win to this one 33-0. Now, Brooke, we expected this game to be a little bit closer, but Byrd dominated this game in all 3 phases of the game. They won in special teams, as you can see with the safety. They won on offense in the trenches, running the ball and at will. And then on defense, they're committing picks. They're getting stops when they needed to. They're making sacks. And really, it was just an overall victory for Byrd and a great win for them.
Well, sometimes that's how game of the week goes. I mean, when you texted me, I said that's the story. You have to win in all 3 phases to get a win in Class 3. So congratulations to William Byrd. Let's head over to another Class 3 game. The LCA Bulldogs taking on Franklin County in Rocky Mount. They've already beaten Salem in their opener and fell to the Spartan offense. Franklin County did last week. To Rocky Mount we go. First quarter, LCA up 7-0. It's Gideon Davidson just shaking off defenders. He makes it to the end zone, and it's 14-0. Here he comes again, the great number 8 to the house, 21-0. Bulldogs, second quarter, Franklin County getting something going here. Winston Davenport connects with Jacob Mullins in double coverage. He comes away with it for the Eagles score, but LCA gets the victory tonight, 41-14. Gideon Davidson, 4 touchdowns, I must add. All right, Albemarle saw William Fleming last week in a 55-0 victory in the Colonel's favor. Tonight, the Patriots travel to Charlottesville with a win on their mind. We pick up the game. It's 38-21 PH. Patrick Henry, Seth Shepard going to find George Castile, and he takes this one in for the score. 45-21. PH. Albemarle's Jordan Green going to come up with the big tackle here. But next, we have Albemarle's LaDaunt Chapman throwing it deep, but going to be picked off right here by Patrick Henry's Cameron Ogletree. PH comes away with the win over Albemarle on the road, 55-28. For the last 3 years, this matchup has been in Glenvar's favor, but last season was the closest margin it has ever been. Only a 7-3 win for the Highlanders. First quarter, starting out on a Doyot-to-Doyot connection. Brody to Josh put the Highlanders up first, 7-0. Still first, Cooper Mullins getting loose on the ground. This is number 1 right here. You'll see 20-yard dash straight to the end zone. Just absolutely great blocking, shaking those defenders off. But the extra kick, no good. It's blocked by 16, James Murphy for Cave Spring, and it's 13-0 Glenvar. These two could not be stopped, though. Brody and Josh just balling out. Check out that beautiful pass. Glenvar with the big win over Cave, 40-0. Another Three Rivers team in action tonight in Radford, taking on Virginia High. Virginia ball, and it's picked off. Wait a minute. Is that another Prelude? Pace Prelude takes it 60 yards to go up 7-0. I did not know there were 3 brothers, maybe more. Later, Radford's J.D. Grubb on the breakaway. This one 65 yards to set up this touchdown. Luke Gaither connects with Colton Garner right here. Colton Garner Rollins, let me get his name right, to take a 2-score lead. Radford gets the win over Virginia High, 35-14. Here are some scores for you in the Three Rivers. Perry McClure beat James River 34-7. Allegheny dominating 63-14. And Patrick County getting the win over North Stokes tonight, 42-13. All right, in week 1, George Wythe got a big win over Radford in week 1, but blanked by Alta Vista last week. They head to Bluefield to try to turn it around against Class 2 powerhouse Graham. In Bluefield, the Graham G-men hosting those Maroons at Mitchell Stadium. First quarter, it's 2nd and 7 at the Maroons 43. Dalton Roberts takes the snap and finds Chris Edwards for the screen for a nice pickup, putting the G-men just outside the red zone. And they're going to go ahead, settle for a field goal. Dylan Nash puts the first 3 points on the board for Graham. Second quarter now, 3-0 G-men. Graham with the ball again, just past midfield. Gabriel Lilly, he's going to keep it. Breezing past the George Wythe defense. He'll take it 45 yards for 6 more, stretching out that lead. Graham blanks George Wythe tonight, 31-0. Some scoreboards from the Mountain Empire. Phelps, Kentucky getting the win over Bland, 36-0. Galax falls to Carroll County 22-7. Grayson County beating Rural Retreat 29-12. And Fort Chiswell falling to Eastside. More scores in the Pioneer District this time. Bath County beating Richwood 56-0. Northwood beating Eastmont 36-0. And Narrows 28-14 over Chilhowie. Now, what did I say about good things come in threes? Oh, yeah, here's 3 games we got coming after the break. GW Danville Eagles flock to Lynchburg. Tim Cromer's squad looks to win on the road at Blacksburg. And maybe the most talked about game in the Roanoke area this week. That's right, Salem and William Fleming plus this.
We're the Cave Spring cheerleaders and you're watching First and 10.
All right, LB Pulaski County was our original breakdown game. Now that game has been moved to Saturday morning at 11 in Dublin. Now we pivot to our new breakdown game. Tim Cromer's Floyd County squad chipping away at their opponents with a new style. But the Blacksburg Bruins are hitting their stride under Zach Leonard's system. They meet in Blacksburg tonight. 2 minutes left in the first half. Floyd County up 14-0. Sam Phillips with a good stretch here for the Buffaloes. Goodness, he's going to set them up for this touchdown right here by Joe March, heading to the outside, right side of your screen, and it is 21-0 Floyd. Still first half. Blacksburg's Sam Sheff finding Xavier Price right up the middle for the first down. Oh, okay, and then some. Then they line up for a field goal. But check this out. Sheff connects with Nathaniel Mans. It's a fake. He's going to put Blacksburg on the board 21-7. Third quarter, Floyd's Sam Phillips with a big pass to Philip Radford for the touchdown. Extra point was blocked, but the Buffaloes get a big win over NRV rival Blacksburg 31-14. Here's Coach Cromer.
Just a really good win for us versus a Class 4 program. They beat Floyd pretty bad last year. So for our kids to come out here and play the way that they did, and then being able to run the ball at the end of the game and play defense and win the game, that's good.
Oh, so awesome to catch that on camera. All right, Blacksburg will head to Rockbridge County next week, and Floyd County will head to Grayson County. All right, here's some scores. Hidden Valley. Oh, well, first we're going to go to this game. Of course, Hidden Valley versus Northside. The 2-0 Vikings hosted Hidden Valley, looking to start out 3-0. And they're looking pretty good. Michael Harvey caps a methodical drive with a 3-yard touchdown to open the game 7-0. Fans are absolutely loving it. A little later, Harvey adds his third rushing touchdown of the night with this shifty 25-yard scamper. I mean, he can do it on the basketball court. He can do it on the gridiron. What can this man do? It's 21-0 Vikings. Later, Northside quarterback Javin Gibson finds sophomore Nizaire Blank open in the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown pass. It was 28-0 at that point. Northside gets the big win, 49-0 over Hidden Valley, and starts their season off 3-0. Here are our Blue Ridge scores. Stanton River. Man, we had a lot of defensive games tonight. Stanton River beating Liberty 35-0. This game was the talk of the town this week. Everywhere I went, people were asking if we'd be there. Well, of course. Salem and William Fleming, a rivalry renewed in 2021, brought back for the first time in nearly a decade. And the Colonels haven't won a matchup in that stretch. Let's head out to Salem Stadium. Fleming is going to get the ball first. This is the first play of scrimmage. Who else? The former 1st and 10 player of the week, Malachi Coleman, breaking some tackles, and that man is gone. See ya. Can't ask for a better start for Fleming. They'll miss the extra point, but they go up 6-0. We pick up another Fleming drive down in the red zone. Quarterback Jair Preston going to fool even the cameraman on this one. Sorry, Connor. It's all right. So misdirection, and he's in for the score. Fleming again misses the extra point, but it's 12-0. Salem still scoreless after half. We pick it up in the third quarter. Their defense coming up big. That was Davon Jones laying the hit on the receiver. Live ball. Josiah Bordley will scoop it up, runs towards the end zone before Fleming lays a hit. Now, it's been over a decade since Salem was last shut out. Tonight is not the night. Josiah Persinger says otherwise. Gets a huge push from his O-line in for the score, but it will not be enough. William Fleming gets the 25-7 win over Salem, their first time since 2002.
The fact that they only scored 7 points was the best part. I like the physicality. I like the discipline by our defensive backs. Our defensive line, I mean, it was an all-around great effort. I mean, all around. I can't be more excited for our guys. But again, we're going to celebrate this one. We've got to move on to PH next week.
Every time I get the ball, in my mind, I'm going to score. If I don't score, I get it next play.
Goodness, I love it. If I don't score, I'll get it the next play. All right, the Hilltoppers now head into this matchup 2-0 after wins over Lord Botetourt and PH. G-Dub only lost in week 1 against Dinwiddie. Our drone pilot, Paul Elder, taking us high above City Stadium this evening. Second half, it's 14-3 G-Dub, 4th and 7. Nehemiah Cobble finds Ahmad Glass for the 29-yard touchdown. And it's 21-3 Eagles. Later, still 21-3, Jaden Glenn breaks a run on the outside, setting Cobble up on the keeper. And it is 28-3 George Washington. Here's the keeper right there. Now, EC Glass does find the end zone late. Alexander Shawn with the 5-yard touchdown. But George Washington gets the big win on the road over the Hilltoppers, 28-10.
I'm excited, man. It's been 5 years since we beat EC Glass. You know, I told these guys that they could do it, and I really believed it. And, you know, these guys played extremely hard, and it showed tonight.
Wow, Paul can fly that drone quick. Over to Appomattox we go, where the Pioneers are visiting the Raiders. Scoreless until Aiden Slash says, see ya, 23-yard run for Heritage, and it is 7-0. Later, 14-0 Pioneers. Running back Zayd Holloway takes this one for quite the cruise, turning the Jets on and setting the Pioneers up for a touchdown. Slash getting his third TD of the half, and it's 21-0 Heritage at this point. They go on to beat Appomattox 48-0. Here are some Seminole scores tonight. Rustburg beats Stewart's Draft 28-6. Jefferson Forest with the win over Halifax 56-0. Amherst County getting the win over Mecklenburg County tonight. That one was 34-7. Here are some more scores, this time in the Dogwood. Gretna blanking Tunstall. William Campbell, Buckingham County. This one's moved to Monday at 7 p.m. And Nelson County getting the win over Prince Edward 46-6. Some Piedmont scores. Bassett, big win over Dan River 51-20. And Martinsville 26-6 over Chatham. Finally, some private school scores. Catholic High School falls to Roanoke Catholic, but another dub for them. North Cross 28-21 over Episcopal. And finally, SMLCA beat Randolph Henry 28-14. In recent years, VMI has picked up an ACC foe on their schedule. This season's battle in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. There are obviously size and skill differences between the SoCon and the ACC, but it's a measuring stick the Keydets are looking forward to.
You know, they have a size and speed level that is, not consistent with the SoCon conference, so we're going to have to do a really good job of being fundamentally sound. The one thing you can't do in games like this is to give them easy, quick strikes offensively for easy scores, long plays for touchdowns, and then defensively, or on our offense, we got to protect the football.
VMI and Georgia Tech kick off tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. in Atlanta. Well, that will do it for week 3 of First and 10. Thank you so much for joining us. We still got some more games coming on Monday and tomorrow, of course. So week 4 won't officially start till Tuesday. All right. Good night, everyone.